All right, shalom to the brothers out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Shai, and I'm gonna jump right into it because the vibration is going out about the confusion of face Israelites, and I thought I could help out because obviously I'm a confusion of face, but some of those scoffers out there still think I'm an Edomite. So I'm gonna jump right into it. This is Daniel 9 verse 7, and it reads, O Yahweh, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel, that are near and that are far off, because Israelites were scattered through the four corners of the earth, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. And that trespass was putting their seed into heathen women, thus causing the confusion of face. Verse 8, O Yahweh, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Verse 9, to Yahweh our power belong mercies and forgivenesses, though we have rebelled against him. So it doesn't matter how, because we, in our past lives, we put our seed into heathen women, that doesn't matter because, it kind of does matter because we sinned, but as long as we're sorry for that sin, the Most High is going to forgive us, So, you can't say just because he's white he's either a heathen or he's not allowed back into Israel because he sinned and put his seed into the heathen woman. As long as they forgive, or as long as they ask for forgiveness, then that it shall be given. Ask and ye shall receive. Next verse is 1 Samuel 16 verse 7, and it reads, But the Lord Yahweh said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So that's talking about King David, when it is talking about his first son of Jesse, and he was a huge dude, and he looked like a king, but he said, just because he's big and bad doesn't mean that he's gonna be he's my anointed, because the Lord saw in David, he was a small dude, he's a small young dude. He's like, that's the dude that I want over Israel right now. So you can't just look on my appearance, man. I know I have leprosy, but I got a dark skinned spirit, because I can shuck and jive and dance probably better than most, Jake. Shit, and in middle school, I'll tell you a story. In middle school dance, my friends knew that I could dance, so I started dancing. Then I turned around and there's a huge crowd, around me. I was like, oh dang, I didn't know I was drawing a crowd. And then this Jake jumped in there. he's a Judite, he's dark skinned, and he starts dancing. I was like, oh crap, it's like Dance Dance Revolution, or Step Up Revolution, like those movies, so we had like a dance battle, and, I ended up beating him, and like everybody went crazy. He's like, dang, you just beat a black dude. But I got moves too. Just because I'm white don't mean I'm not an Israelite. This is a precept to that. This is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 11, verse 2. Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor him a man for his outward appearance. So, don't abhor a man just because he has leprous skin or a heathenistic skin tone. And don't uplift him just because, he looks good. Same thing for those women too, because, the Lord can uplift a ugly woman, because that doesn't matter, because we're all going to get new bodies in the kingdom. But anyways, verse 3, the bee is little among such a fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. So, you got those. If you compare a bee and a fly, the fly looks bigger, but the bee makes that sweet honey. Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden. Verse 5, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath won the crown, like King David. He was a small dude. Even his dad was like, "Are you sure you want David? He's just a shepherd boy. He's a tiny young shepherd boy." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what the Lord said." So, I'm gonna jump to Matthew 13, verse 24. And it reads, another parable put Yahushua forth unto them, saying, so this is Yahushua talking, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. So, a man sowed good seed in his field, which is, the wheat. He planted wheat. And then then the evil man sowed tares among it. And tares and wheat look alike, so it's really hard to tell. And then it said, when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat within them. Let both grow together unto the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So the tares and the wheat grew together, and he said, don't separate them now. Just let them grow, and then we'll harvest. We'll cut them all down, and then we'll separate them later. And the tares represents the heathens, and the wheats represent the Israelites, because they kind of mix their seed amongst each other. You got Edomites that look like dark-skinned brothers, and you got Jakes that look like Esau. It's not that hard. And earlier in the chapter 13, verse 10, and it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So it's not for everybody to understand that the confusion of faith doctrine. So if you still think I'm an Edomite by the end of this video, then that's okay. It just wasn't for you, but for the elect it was given. Let's see. Let me grab. I'm gonna have to hurry it up. Hold on one second. Alright, this is Romans 2, verse 14. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves, which shew the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another. So I thought the video ended on itself, my bad. So if you see a dude that looks like another nation, but yet it seems like he has a conscience, and he's doing the things that an Israelite might do, like for an example, like you might not be down with the whole homosexuality, and he like makes fun of faggots or something. That'd be one example. This video is about to cut short, so I might have to do a part 2. But